really, one would have to be extremely, I don't know, deranged to think that the ANC, such a serious organization, went and did this assignment for the purpose of trademark protection. It can't be, my lord.
Dali Mpofu going hard on the ANC, saying, why do the ANC see it fit that they want to go all out, reserving the rights, whereas it's something that they've never done it before. Why suddenly they have an interest? Why suddenly they went all out to reserve the rights, the very same rights that are expiring in a month to come from now. It's already expiring. Why do the ANC go as far as, why did they go as far as they went, right? Which is a very good question, right? We see an ANC becoming so desperate, like they are very, very, very desperate to stop Jacob Zuma. Like remember when they were in Bloemfontein, when Advocate Dali Mpofu was arguing this, he said, MK Umkhonto Wesizwe was never a problem. It only became a problem when Zuma. It only became a problem when Zuma was attached to that. Other than that, they did not have a problem, and we slowly but surely seeing that. We slowly but surely see that unfolding in the presence of everybody here. And so, I want to go a little bit deeper here, and I want to explain some of the things that I've just noticed as to, as things develop. I just want to point out some few stuff, but before I continue to point out some of the few stuff that I've just noticed with the case that is ongoing right now, the trademark case and the name case, there are things that I want you to do, and that is why I put it to you that you do the following.
If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed.
Okay, so we're gonna listen to Dali Mpofu shortly, but before we listen to Dali Mpofu, there are questions. I'm not going to provide a lot of answers here. I'm going to disrupt you with a lot of right questions, and such as, right? If you look at the current ANC and their strategy to deal with Jacob Zuma, for instance, do you think that they have the capacity to do so? Right? Let me repeat the question. If you look at the current ANC and you look at the strategy that they are employing in dealing with President Jacob Zuma, do you think that they've got enough capacity to deal with Jacob Zuma, right, fair and square? Do you think that they do have the capacity to stop him? You know what I'm saying? Do you think that they will succeed in doing so? It's one thing to try and stop the person, but it's also one thing to succeed in doing so. So hence the question, do you think that they will succeed in doing so? But I want you to take a look at what Dali Mpofu has got to say. So, take a look at this.
Really, one would have to be extremely, deranged to think that the ANC, such a serious organization, went and did this assignment for the purpose of trademark protection. It can't be, my lord. Why would the ANC go and buy for an undisclosed amount assignment of a trademark that, as we speak now, is left with 1 month? It's going to expire now in June. It's been there for 10 years. For 9 years, it was fine. Legacy projects could do whatever they wanted. MK gets registered. Boom. They now suddenly have an interest to pay money to... Please. My lord, the clear intention, the ulterior purpose was to circumvent the political rights of the MK party and its fortunes in the forthcoming election.
Okay, so you hear Dali Mpofu saying, listen, these people, their problem, it is the fact that it is the fact that this thing has got to do with Zuma, right? So it therefore changes. If we want to reason along the lines of Dali Mpofu, it therefore changes how we think and how we approach the subject. And that is to say, if that's the case, that their interest is to deal with Zuma, right? Their interest is Jacob Zuma, not necessarily the registration of Umkhonto weSizwe, which they've already lost that one. It's not necessarily about the name MK. It's not necessarily about the logo that have been used. It's not necessarily about the colors thereon, but it's about who is associated with that. So it then begs the question, does the ANC own or owns individuals who have been part and parcel of the ANC? Because to me, it strikes me like the ANC behave like it owns you. Just because you've been associated with the ANC, therefore the ANC feels like you are indebted to the ANC and you are owned by the ANC. The ANC doesn't look at you as an independent human being that is able to think outside of the box and execute things outside of the ANC. So I think the ANC thinks structurally, and the ANC thinks that if you've been a president in the ANC, you must die a president in the ANC. Whether the ANC changes its values, right? And the values are no longer aligning with you, but by the look of things, the ANC have never looked at people that, you know what, we've got people who've got their own individuality, who have the capacity to think outside of ANC, the capacity to execute things outside of the ANC, the capacity to implement a lot of things outside of the ANC, which the very same people can be used in the structure. If, for instance, you are able to accommodate people, because let me define, for instance, because one will say, how do you accommodate people who've got different mindset? And I will say it's very simple. It's very simple. The reason we go to church is for one reason, and the reason we are in organizations is for one reason. Again, the fundamental principle why we should be a church is so that we unify our fundamental understanding of what we worship and who we worship. Yeah, not what we worship, because if I say so, it sounds like an object. But let me say, it unifies our idea as to who we worship. So there are things that are made. Look, you are allowed to think outside the box in terms of this concept of worshiping God. Or let's say God. Let me make an example about God, because I'm a Christian. So it unifies that idea it corrects certain things. But at the same time, because you are an individual, you are able to grow and think ahead of us. Our measurement is principle, not feelings and emotions about you and what you are saying, to get a point. And that's why we draw the line and say this must be in line with principle. As long as it is in line with principle, then it means that you are advancing the organization, to get a point. So that's how you keep people in an organization. This that I've just said now, it's similar to it's a principle that applies across any organization. The reason we are all there, it is because there's this fundamental values that we have, which brings us together. From there, people might think differently, but how we circumvent a situation where there's breakaway groups is that we create a platform where we come and discuss things. You understand? As we discuss things, we get to say, no, but you are wrong in terms of principle. You know what I'm saying? But here you are right. You are just ahead of us in terms of thinking. So we unify our thinking in any organizational structure. Now, the organizational structure becomes a problem to people or to every associate. Look, when it stops people from thinking outside the box, inside the structure, when it stops such people and then it wants to think for people, that is where the problems. And why am I raising this? Look at this point. I'm raising this point because it is the problem that when you listen to Jacob Zuma, he said he had a problem with that. That is to say, he was not allowed to voice out certain matters in the organization. And so he was you will be told, just keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet. And that's how you kill organizations. You just, how you kill organizations, how you kill people is that you don't allow them to express themselves and be able to correct them without sounding and coming across as if you are attacking them, right? You see, that was the problem. If I listen to Jacob Zuma, that was the problem in terms of Jacob Zuma, that he was not allowed to express himself inside the organization. He will be told, we'll come back to you, which creates the idea that we own you, right? Just because you've been a president of this political party, we therefore own you. You are our property, right? Since you are our property, you mustn't go anywhere, even when we are mistreating you, but you shouldn't be going anywhere. I hope you understand where I'm coming from and where I'm going. But I'm not gonna expand much on this point. I just want to stop it here. But a few things that I just want to remind you of. One, you need to subscribe, like the video, comment in the comment section below. You need to click the notification bell so that when I post the next video, you will be the first to be notified. Till such a time, good people, please take care.